What's up, guys? User here. I'm starting kind of a new series. We're getting to that part of the year where some new football games are going to be making some major announcements. Some gameplay, deep dives, and things are going to be getting posted. I am not super duper familiar with the Axis games now. For the past couple months, I've been doing a ton of just collecting of information so I can kind of make some informed decision making with if this is a game for me that I would like to purchase in the future. I've been toying with downloading 26 just because I am so, I don't want to say depressed about the whole Maximum situation, but I've been putting a ton of just thought process together as far as what 27 would need and what it would kind of take to make me a customer. Now, talking about 27, there have been some updates I've been kind of following along. It looks like they have a really good franchise mode, and they're upgrading some of the scouting and drafting for that mode. It also looks like they're updating the tackling system for the game, but I really wanted to go through here and just kind of go through some gameplay and give you my thoughts on some of the things that needs to change to kind of make me go in full force and maybe attract some new consumers to this product. In its current state, it just kind of isn't my cup of tea. It just runs a little slow. It's just a very one-on-one based football game when it comes to tackling and interactions and those kind of things. So I want to give you my breakdown of kind of what I would like to see them add to the game in the future to really get me convinced to kind of dive into this product full force. I think the first major deterrent for me is just the gameplay speed that this game runs at. We're just going to look at this play, but it just runs really slow. It just doesn't look like the players are moving as fast as a pro athlete should be looking. I just think that's sort of one of the reasons why I liked Maximum. It felt like at a good game speed that you can customize with the sliders, but Axis to me just runs slowish, and it's sort of a deterrent as far as making me want to get vested in the product overall. I think if this game would just speed up, some of the animation was fleshed out, it would not only attract just someone like me that's a casual viewer of the game, but it would open up the audience level far more. Now at times I do see some cool things like this player right here on this run play. I'm running this at about half speed. You can see he gets into his drop, sees it's a run, and has to change direction there. I love that there are things like this in this game because Maximum simply doesn't have this type of stuff. I'd like to see this go a little bit, beyond and kind of continue either the mocapping or I don't know what it is, the just like the momentum and acceleration of these players continue to evolve to make those situations not only more realistic but consistently better to make the football product look the part. This to me is a personal pet peeve, but I'm not a fan of this like play art look that they have with just this static Photoshop line. And some of the zones, I think they need to kind of like resize them and just kind of make them look a little bit more modern. I like these games that kind of give you a better idea, and the visual representation kind of is immersion breaking. It doesn't look serious to me, and I think that's kind of like a complaint that I have that could immediately take this game and make it look a little bit more not just professional but a little bit more serious from a gameplay standpoint. One thing for me too, between the receiver and DB interactions, there's almost no hands-on recognition between these players interacting with one another. This is almost a press situation where you have a DB in the slot here against a off receiver, off ball. So he's, here's on ball, here's off. This player's going to run right through this guy, but there's really nothing he can do because there's no animation that would allow him to dictate that route and help him stay on top of the route or just break up the timing of this play. Just some of those things in the secondary not only make the game look a lot better, but it plays a lot better as well. For a game like this as well, I would love to see them do some things like add some just drill type things to the franchise mode, whether that be like a tackling drill like the old school PS2 Maddens, or even just like a 7-on-7 camp style setting that you'd see like Varsity has kind of teased. I think that needs to be sort of like a mainstay across these titles. Give us some mini drill things to kind of help us influence the players, or maybe even help us get a read on like their strengths and their weaknesses. I think Axis is far ahead of where I think it is with the playbook creator and just some other customization options that the game has. But again, since the Maximum guys don't listen to us anymore and that game is totally just fallen apart, I'd love to take some of my videos and maybe spin them to some of these other franchises to give them some basic input on some things that they're missing or they should be adding to basically make these games not just good for me but more enjoyable product across the board for everybody to get into. But that's it for Axis today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's your boy User. I'm out.